Hey guys, Cameron from Team Bangin' Strips here today with another Deck Engines video. And today we're going to be discussing the Agent Deck Engine. The reason I'm discussing the Agent Deck Engine is because I don't have a lot of deck engines per se at my disposal. So I'm just going to go over what I have. Now, I will be doing different ones in the future, but I've been at home lately, and this is what I have at my disposal. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To start off the Agent Deck Engine, we need to start off with Earth. Earth is basically the Stratos of the deck. He searches out any other agent monster in the deck, except for himself. And if there's an Ancient Sanctuary on the sky, he can search out a Hyperion, but that doesn't really matter. Ancient decks don't run Ancient Sanctuary in the sky. There is a few, but those aren't really like the top tier version of the deck. Those are just like people playing for fun. He's also a level 2 tuner, and he's a fairy. All that ties in together. Then there's Venus, and Venus is a level 3, which that's actually very important when it comes to combos and stuff. The level is very important. And she's also a fairy, but her effects what really gets you. It special summons these little vanilla monsters known as Mystical Shine Ball from your deck. Now, basically the Shine Balls allow you to do things like Exceed Summon, Synchro. There's also an awesome combo you can do with Birdman that allow you to Synchro Patriciula and or Stardust. But basically the main thing you do with him normally, which I do, is go for Gachi Gachi. And Gachi Gachi is a rank 2 Exceed. It only takes 2 level 2s. And basically, for each material on it, all monsters on your side of the field gain 200 attack. So normally, most of your monsters will have a 400 plus boost in attack. Also, it's got a Zenmain stock type of effect. If it would be destroyed, you just remove a material instead. No popping effect, sadly, but you know this card came up before Zenmains. Then there's also Armory Arm. Now I know most Agent decks don't really go into Armory Arm that often. I don't really find myself going into Armory Arm that often either. But it's a key card you need to know, because normally what they do when they go into what they do when they go into Armory Arm is they'll play Earth. And then, you know, turn later or whatever, they'll go Shine Ball, Synchro, Armory Arm. Then there's the big beefcake, as I like to call him, Master Hyperion. This is the card that pisses everyone off because it's so easy to get out. Its condition is just, it's ridiculous. You can remove an agent monster from your hand, graveyard, or field to special summon him to your side of the field. Special summon him to your side of the field. And he's at a 2700 attack monster, which is really hard to get over unless you're running Dark Worlds or anything else in that general area. And when it's comboed with cards like Armory Arm and Gachi Gachi, it's ridiculous. Also, his effect is you can remove a light fairy monster from your graveyard to destroy one card on your opponent's side of the field. Or it might just be field in general, but you know, I don't know why you'd want to destroy something on your side of the field. Also, if there's an Ancient Sanctuary on the sky, you can use that effect twice. But, like I said, most Agent decks don't run that. So anyway, this is like the typical deck engine. As you can tell, it all feeds off of each other. There's so much synergy in this little engine right here. Now, there is other rank 2 Exceeds. Like, one recently came out in Order of Chaos. It's called number something Black Mist. I wouldn't personally use it because it takes up all 3 Shine Balls. Which I guess necessarily couldn't be a bad thing, but its effect is not really that great. There is a rank 2 Exceed that's in Agent decks in the OCG. It's got something to do with wind monsters, and they do some sort of combo with Stardust, if I'm not mistaken. Now, there's some key combo pieces that tie in with the deck engine that aren't really a part of the engine, but they're combo pieces of the engine, so they help out a lot. One of those being Gen X Alley Birdman, which is the most notorious one. Now, I know a lot of you are like, what are you talking about? He's a part of the engine. Well, no, that's not true. He's a combo. He's a combo piece. Basically, the typical combo you'll see with Birdman is they'll return a Shine Ball to their hand, special summon them. Now, if you don't know what Birdman is, you return one face-up monster on your side of the field to your hand to special summon him from your side of the field. And when you see, whenever he leaves the field, when he uses this effect, he's banished instead of sent to the graveyard. Not really a big deal. But basically what you'll see him do is, what you'll see with him is they'll return the Shine Ball to their field and they'll Synchro Patriciula. Stereotypical play. Because you know, you can just resummon the Shine Ball with Venus's effect. Another thing Another combo you'll see him being used in is in TG Agents. I know I do this a lot. You'll summon Werewolf, send Werewolf back to your hand, play the Birdman, and then off of Birdman's effect, you'll special summon a whatchamadiddle, Werewolf. There's also Herald of Orange Light, which basically you discard him and any other fairy monster from your hand to negate a monster's effect and destroy it. That goes for the graveyard, the field, the hand. It's ridiculous. And he's also a level 2 light fairy tuner, so he can also combo very well. I know I've actually XC'd some with him before, forgot you. I don't know why I just did. Then there's Honest, and Honest is just ridiculously broke. During the damage step, you can discard this card from your hand to have your monster gain the attack of your opponent's attacking monster. So that's, retarded. And that can prevent you from being OTK'd. Then there's Christia, which all agent decks run at least 2 copies of him. Basically, he's like Dark Arm Dragon, except super fucking broke. You have to have exactly 4 light fairy monsters in your graveyard. You can special summon from your hand. Then his other effect triggers, which that effect only activates when he's special summoned by that effect. Anyway, this effect triggers where you can add 1 fairy type monster from your graveyard back into your hand. So you'll add like Honest, Orange Light, stuff like that. And another thing is, neither player can special summon monsters. So you can lock down the field with Archlord Christia, and it's got 2000 attack, so I mean, it's stupid fucking broken. So now you can see why this deck engine is just so retarded and why it's absolutely tearing up the meta, which I don't really know how it's doing too well. I don't know how it's doing now, at this standpoint, with Inzektor's and Windups being top tier decks now. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll do as good as it's been doing. So yeah, guys. Anyway, this is the TG deck, or not TG, the Agent deck engine, and hopefully this explained to you why it's so good. And I don't know everything about the deck, so feel free if I didn't mention anything to put it in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.